General Jingyuan said the ambrosial... At first glance, that deer could have been an ordinary life form, but the ability to heal such... If a mortal... No wonder the people of the CN...
You are a man of vision, Mr. Yang. Perhaps some of them did reject the Plague Author's gift. But how could an entire civil... Ironic, isn't it? The Xianzhou regrets being led astray by the abundance. Thank you for your help. Go, friends, and stay vigilant. Thank you for your help. It's only... They say that among them, it's said that after that vessel, I don't know. Indeed, everything happens so... I'm not overly... They say that when they call themselves... I'm sorry, I'm not...
Whoa. Looks like the battle here was intense.
The Master Diviner must have launched the campaign while we were delayed in the Artisanship Commission.
Time is of the essence. The most important task for the Xianzhou Luofu is suppressing the Stellaron. General Jing Yuan tasked the Master Diviner with commanding the Cloud Knights. He would have known she'd act on the results of her divination.
Thank goodness the General didn't make us go with the Knights. Fighting is totally different from adventuring. All these people... it's tough to bear.
I'm afraid this is nothing, Benefactor. Centuries ago, an Emanator of Abundance besieged the Luofu with the aim of taking the Ambrosial Arbor. They destroyed half our delves and killed most of the Cloud Knights. For long-life species, such events are more like yesterday's memories than ancient history. This awful spectacle is child's play in comparison.
Hey, is that supposed to make us feel better?
It's hard to tell if the Master Diviner won or lost here.
I think so too. I can't see many Cloud Knights. The Xianzhou must have fought well.
Not necessarily. There'd usually be a base with supporting forces set up after a successful engagement, but we don't see any of that. Let's look around and see if we can find some clues.
Be careful. Those monsters are pretty tough. Look, there's someone over there.
We're reinforced.
Silence. And then it's not just me.
Hurry! Leave here! I can't control myself anymore!
Did you come here of your own volition? Sisters, fleeting as the dawns do, destined for oblivion.
You've arrived, huh?
Again.
Step aside. I have no interest.
Let's test your knowledge. Fail. Get out.
Another journey begins. In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
So, let's kick things off with you!
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Do you think?
Consistence, fleeting as the dawns do, destined for oblivion.
The
The lives of short-lived species are so fleeting. Why seek death?
Indulge yourself.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This search is but a vision. The time is now.
Call that defense? Never stop thinking. 0 points. Next.
Did you come here of your own volition? Or was it fate? In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls. I weep for the departed. Dusk's reign, it too shall fall.
SAS Percipi. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
You've arrived, huh? Step up, let's see.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Why did you come to the Xianzhou? To seek immortality? You don't have to appease Jing Yuan. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus can provide all that you desire.
Let's test your knowledge.
Another journey begins. Systems fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
So, in the mood for another beat?
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict. The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This search is but a vision.
Again?
Call that defense?
Half the work is already done. In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
You've arrived, huh? Step up, let's see ya.
Let's kick things off with you!
Did you come here of your own volition? Systems as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
So, in the...
Clemency? Never heard of it. The time is now.
Do you have answers?
Nice like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourself.
Never stop thinking. Fail. Get out.
Another journey begins. Where are you going?
Hold on. We'll find someone to...
Don't waste. Go.
Let's go.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus were in hiding for so long. Now they finally show their face. Did the Master Diviner fail to foresee this? Powerful benefactors. The disciples of Sanctus Sandicus worship Yaoshut, the Plague's author, the greatest enemy of the Xianzhou. The Alliance...
Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood. 0 points. Next. Let's test your knowledge. Fail. Get out.
Existence fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
0 points. Next.
Let's kick things off with you!
This search is but a vision.
Never stop thinking. Fail. Get out.
Where are you going?
Time to mix things up.
It's hot now.
Again?
Let's test your knowledge. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood. 0 points. Next.
How's this taste?
Fail. Get out.
This search is but a vision.
Again?
Never stop thinking.
Where are you going?
Time to mix things up. My friends, indulge yourselves.
The time is now.
I like that confidence.
Let's test your knowledge. 0 points. Next. Mediocre.
How's this taste?
Never stop thinking. Fail. Get out. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Where are you going? Another blood debt repaid.
This search is but a vision.
Let's test your knowledge. 0 points. Next.
Time to mix things up.
Never stop thinking. Fail. Get out.
I like that confidence. My friends, indulge yourselves.
Let's test your knowledge. 0 points. Next.
Existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
It ain't over yet.
Never stop thinking. Fail. Get out. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
This search is but a vision.
0 points. Next. Let's test your knowledge.
In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls. I weep for the departed. Dusk's reign, it too shall fall.
Who goes there? Show yourselves! Wait, it's you. Quickly, in here. It's dangerous outside.
You recognize us?
Are you not the General's guests? The Master Diviner prophesied your arrival. We were ordered to wait for you under any circumstances. Yes, the Master Diviner ordered us to remain stationed here and went to scout ahead. They're saying the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have returned. They haven't been seen for an age. The troops are anxious. It's good that you're here. The Master Diviner said the Knights weren't to move out until you arrived. Please wait in the camp. We'll decide on our next steps once the Master Diviner returns.
That the Cloud Knights received orders not to advance is a bad sign. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I've heard the name before. If memory serves, they're an underground sect of the Abundance that's said to have lain dormant within the Xianzhou, plotting to overthrow the Alliance. The Stellaron has certainly caused Abundance-like abnormalities. Is that what motivated the Disciples to come out of the shadows? No. The Knight's main force remains intact. Something must have happened. Something we're not aware of. The Master Diviner isn't here. Let's head into camp and see what we can learn from the troops here.
Good idea. Why don't you take a look around, benefactors? My feet need a rest.
You want to ask questions? Fine. But I must be present the whole way through.
Finally, someone to talk to. These Cloud Knights are... So, you witnessed it too? The Ambrosial Arbors in the Bethal era, but that...
Shut it, rambling road.
That shining seed?
Do you still...
The Master said we could inject new life into the Ambrosial Arbor with it. I didn't believe it at first. We tried many methods, spending multiple lifetimes of short-life species, yet the Arbor showed no signs of resurrection. But look upon it now. Only the power of an eon can recreate the miracle. Yes, yes, the mighty Sanctus Medicus, the abundance. What did we do? We cured our kin. It must hurt to be trapped in such weak flesh and blood.
You scum! If the Order allowed, I would cut you down now.
Oh, you don't understand. A short-life species couldn't understand. Mara struck? Bah! It's a second life gifted by Sanctus Medicus. To eliminate the self, to achieve transcendence, a life of true freedom. I see a desire for power in your eyes. This life is too short for you, isn't it? I can help you.
Don't listen. His words are poison.
We're just having fun, sir. Without the blessing of the abundance, you short-life species would never be able to endure the transformation.
Forgive me for being brief. Warfare is a dangerous business. There's no time for idle chat. We took over this place a few hours ago under the Master Diviner's command. It was only afterwards that we learned our enemies were none other than the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, those who worship the Plague's author. Everything was going as planned. The sorcerers of the disciples and the fantastic creatures they commanded were no match for us. Then, after a while, our comrades suddenly started to slaughter one another. Curse it! What Sanctus Medicus sorcery did they use on us? The greatest fear of the Xianzhou people is succumbing to our Mara-struck form around others. To do so means that we have given up on being human, lost the abomination sleeping in our immortal blood, and violated the Rainbow's admonishments. What the disciples of Sanctus Medicus did are despicable acts that every Alliance resident detests. I swear to the Arbiter that I will avenge my comrades.
When the Master Diviner gets... Are you ready?
Haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thrill. Don't forget to let your friends in on the action.
Come on, draw already.
I don't believe in ghosts.
Oh, that's right. My realm keeping, as I'm thanks to the more and more moreover the Marastra. We wouldn't. You're capable if you come across. Speaking of which, I'll be honest with you. Allow me to. I think it'll be.
While the Cloud Knight to an outsider. Correct. It refers to not. The author of this such action, they were disciple. It's hard to believe you come across. Excellent. I recently sent an unfortunate. You are a fresh face.
If you need help.
I don't believe in
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced? Look no further. Need your extractor cleaned or your Starskip serviced?
Excuse me, guest? Excellent. Xianzhou, my name. What do you say? Let's make haste. Here we are. Let's allow me to the disciples if you wish to. Please excuse me. No need to be concerned. Every species. Foxians, as first to return to your quest, what you see, all you must. This script, of course. Excessive.
Hey! Stop writing! Alright, finally. Ugh, is this... I'm a Cloud Knight. They were suspicious of me. Shh. Listen carefully.
Take your time. You're finished? Calm yourself.
Sure, but...
No need. The disciples, it's time for... Huh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We aren't... Very well. Good.
Listen, you and I... That way, we... Oh,
So, have you prepared? And you, Cloud... Then...
Well then...
Step aside.
Never stop thinking.
What magnificent... I'm glad you... Purple Chrysanthemum. Oh, a long time. As such, in any case... Well, great.
I did a good job playing dead, didn't I? Those people are out of... Wait. No, I should report back to this...
Green Hibiscus agreed to meet me. There's a letter here. The disciples sure know how to keep a low profile if they're looking to intercept mail. Not on this. I don't believe in...
Need your extractor cleaned or your stars...
Nutri-Treasure's longevity. What's What's written on this pen? Code cracked. Judging from these, I'll use my phone to...
Come on, draw already.
Mauve Moon, this is the reliable disciple I mentioned to you, Grey Peony. Grey Peony, this is Mauve Moon, the head of our operations in Exalting Sanctum.
It seems you have some impressive skills in your arsenal. No need for modesty. I've studied martial arts for years. I can tell how strong you are with just a glance. You seem like you've got it all figured out. What brings you to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus? Good. Life is a miracle and a blessing. Any futile attempt to forsake it is a disgraceful betrayal. You have been enlightened to the significance of immortality. You have already surpassed those shameful mortals. Here, take this prescription. Through this medicine, you will become like me. You will be able to break the shackles that the devilish Archer Author has used to chain your soul. You will gain unbridled power and freedom. The disciple responsible for creating medicinal pellets heard of your exploits. They prepared the prescription for you personally. Some of the ingredients can be purchased at an apothecary, but others will require you to come up with your own solution. Given your strength, that shouldn't pose a problem. Do you have any questions? I don't know. I've heard our members are in the tens of thousands. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus has a flat organizational structure. The head of each area reports directly to the Master. I know nothing about what goes on elsewhere. The benefit is that even if our enemies were to wipe out the Exalting Sanctum branch, it wouldn't affect our brothers and sisters in other areas. That's sensitive information. I know who they are, but for their security, I can't reveal their identities. It's not that I doubt your loyalty, Grey Peony. It's like I said, security. The boss? You mean the Master? You'll meet them, but for now there's no rush. All in good time. Keep fulfilling your duties, as you have been. With your strength, you'll have an audience with the Master in no time. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I once worked alongside those devils. I trained in spear techniques for almost a century. I nearly became a Cloud Knight instructor. But I was trapped in a weak mortal shell. I was never able to surpass the final barrier that separated me from the martial arts geniuses. Fortunately, the draft of Draconic Surge, the prescription you hold in your hand, rescued me. Once I took that medicine, I became more powerful than any mortal could ever dream of. Now, everything has changed. Jersine and his pitiful spearmanship are no more. All that remains is a loyal disciple of Merciful Medicus. Wait. You recognize me? Where do you know me from? Your face changed when you heard my name.
Mav Moon, sir. We have a problem. I suspect this person may be the agent who's been looking for you.
Idiot! What kind of trials are you running? You let an agent infiltrate our ranks?
I couldn't have known, sir. I witnessed this person slay a Cloud Knight before my very eyes.
Detestable. The devilish Archer author allows these pitiful mortals to face death without fear. Self-sacrifice is their way of fooling us into opening our doors. Merciful Medicus has sharpened my senses. Nothing gets past me. A pathetic mortal like you could never understand. In that case, Divine Foresight Devil, it's time for you to meet your demise. Immortality reigns forever.
Never stop thinking. 0 points. Next.
From the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
The time is now.
A miracle.
Let's test your knowledge. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
Fail. Get out.
Let's kick things off with you.
0 points. Next.
My friends, indulge yourselves.
This search is but a vision.
Immortality.
The time is now.
Oh, mercy of Sanctus Medicus. Grant me a body impervious to steel, the courage of 1,000 armies, a strength that 10,000 foes cannot suppress. You think you're a match for me, devil? Your death is inevitable. Surrender, and I'll make it quick.
This search is but a vision.
Secret of a sense.
Let's test your knowledge. Fail. Get out.
I weep for the departed. Dusk's reign, it too shall fall. Existence is fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion. Again.
The time is now.
Never stop thinking. 0 points. Next. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
So Mauve Moon was the agent that Qingzu lost contact with. He joined the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I should go to the Seat of Divine Foresight and tell Qingzu. I don't know if this mission was a success or a failure.
What is your purpose for entering the seat?
I'm glad to see. So, what happened? Don't worry. Your operation was a success. Although your identity was ultimately exposed, you gained a wealth of invaluable intelligence. On top of that, you managed to get out without a scratch. I never imagined that Jersine would choose the path of evil. You did the right thing. I'm afraid this is how the Plague's author operates. Using notions of power and life to draw countless people like Jersine away from bright futures. Down a path of no return. You've managed to shine a light on the darkness of the enemy. With this intelligence, the Seat of Divine Foresight will be able to improve its strategy. And for all your efforts, please accept this reward. Is there anything else you'd like to know about? The current state. I'm afraid we know next to nothing. We dispatched agents, but they were only able to linger on the edges of the organization. Your operation is the furthest anyone's managed to infiltrate. The Seat of Divine Foresight is still striving to answer one question. Is this but the resurgent shadow of an organization silenced 1,000 years ago? Or have they been lurking in the darkness all along? Whatever the case, this sudden reemergence hints at a hidden conspiracy. It's troubled me deeply over recent few months. It's hard to tell what all of this is building toward. Not at all. The Disciples' secret letter makes it sound as if we infiltrated their ranks in great numbers. The reality is that only a handful of agents have successfully slipped into the organization. And the majority of them lacked the strength you had to make it back unscathed after their identity was exposed. They didn't have the wisdom and good fortune to gain the organization's trust quickly. An agent can't actually consume those pellets of the Disciples. Doing so would mean the end of their life as they knew it. The point is, there hasn't been anyone like you who managed to delve into the group's core and obtain so much first-hand information. Thousand-Handed Merciful Medicus' Salvation is a manuscript transcribed from a sacred text. I don't know where the Disciples obtained it. It likely consists of fragments of banned works from the Befall era. As I see it, there isn't anything particularly alarming about the text. It recalls the acts of the Plague's author's warped creatures from an equally warped perspective. The scripture doesn't have the power to lead people astray. They do that to themselves. But it does feed lies and false hope. The prescription you acquired is beyond my knowledge. There are a few reliable alchemists that reside in Exalting Sanctum. I'd like to ask you to consult with them on the particulars of the prescription. This will allow the Seed of Divine Foresight to have a clear target for creating an antidote. Given that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus has become aware of our operation, it's about time the Seed of Divine Foresight reeled in its net. If you turn up any details about the prescription, feel free to come back and find me anytime. What's on your mind? Did you want to ask? Ask away. I'll tell you. The current state. I'm afraid we know next to nothing. We dispatched agents, but they were only able to linger on the edges of the organization. Your operation is the furthest anyone's managed to infiltrate. The Seed of Divine Foresight is still striving to answer one question. Is this but the resurgent shadow of an organization silenced 1,000 years ago? Or have they been lurking in the darkness all along? Whatever the case, this sudden reemergence hints at a hidden conspiracy. It's troubled me deeply over recent few months. It's hard to tell what all of this is building towards. Not at all. The Disciples' secret letter makes it sound as if we infiltrated their ranks in great numbers. The reality is that only a handful of agents have successfully slipped into the organization. And the majority of them lacked the strength you had to make it back unscathed after their identity was exposed. They didn't have the wisdom and good fortune to gain the organization's trust quickly. An agent can't actually consume those pellets of the Disciples. Doing so would mean the end of their life as they knew it. The point is, there hasn't been anyone like you who managed to delve into the group's core and obtain so much first-hand information. Thousand-handed merciful Medicus is, as I see it, the scripture doesn't... Very well. See you soon.
Right. Uh-huh. Sorry. The Lady Donj, I'll wager when she's not.
Drop by the Realm Keeping Commission if you need help.
I've been looking forward to meet. You have a very... I heard from other... Thank you. The specifics, I could hardly leave your contact.
Come on, draw already.
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced? Look no further.
When the Master Diviner, are you ready?
This haven of memories. Every touch.
Ah, you're back. Many who... And let's get down to the conclusion. I've compiled... This is a copy.
That tree remained dead for thousands of years.
Cultured people love it.
You'd be a... I don't believe in yours.
What is your purpose for
You're back. Wow. Don Shu. I've heard that the... Let me see her report. No cure? Still, this is a clue we can follow. Thank you. Please accept these gifts for your efforts. Those were rewards from the Seat of Divine Foresight. These are gifts from me, personally. You've done so much for the Luofu, for the Xianzhou. This is the least I could do.
Thank you for coming on such... My stay in... I've already Thank... This is the met...
I don't believe in ghosts.
Is this the one that...
Aw, she's still... Hey, what you looking at, Outworlder? Mind your own business. What's this got to do with you? You were family or something? Because you don't look like it. You're just trying to be a hero. You sure you want to mess with the Luofu trio?
What a doofus! Who hasn't heard of the Luofu trio?
The Luofu trio is made up of three super awesome kids that everyone's afraid of. Even the Realm Keeping Commission.
Go ahead. You think we're scared of you? They'll just put us in detention. We'll be free again in no time.
Let's leave it, boss. Detention's detention, but if your dad finds out, you'll get yelled at and start crying again.
Hey! Why'd you bring that up? You're right. We shouldn't stoop to this short-lifer's level.
Did you hear that? The boss is letting you off the hook. So scram!
Yeah, the boss doesn't want to stoop to your level. Now buzz off before he yells at you and makes you cry.
You idiot! Enough about yelling and crying!
Thank you for helping me, mister. I'm okay. It's my fault. I shouldn't have wandered off on my own. Then I wouldn't have run into those guys. They always laugh at me for being blind. And they like to trip me up and steal my things. Thank goodness you were here. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let me off so easily. Shu asked you to come? Things are bad on Luofu recently. Shu must be very busy. Thank you, mister. Remember to thank her for me.
Why does she wander about alone? Well, I've delivered the medicine. I should report back to Shu.
How was she? She reminds me of if I was... Thank you for... her parents... A healer's medicine. She told me that her parents, in all likelihood... What's happening? Is the girl in trouble?
Let's test your knowledge.
Existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
The time's now.
Never stop thinking.
On the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering soul.
Let's kick things off with you!
It's all right. Everything's okay now, Xiaoyu.
Thank you, big brother. Thank you, Anshu.
You don't need to be scared anymore. He is here.
When I think about all the trouble I've caused you two, I feel like such a burden. I'm sorry.
Is that why you're crying? Maybe you should start getting used to this feeling. Because in the next few centuries, visually impaired people like us will continue to require help from everyone we meet. So, if a little bit of guilt like this is enough to break your heart, then how will you manage such an arduous path? I'm not trying to console her. This is the reality. Walking alone in the darkness, fearing every incoming, invisible obstacle, unable to understand other people's descriptions. Everyone, everything is like a hot coal in the dark. Invisible, yet still able to burn you. As a long-life species, she can expect life to continue like this for nearly 1,000 years. She must learn to depend upon herself rather than just foolishly waiting around for the next hero to swoop in and save her. One hopes that would be the case. But that would require someone to be by her side every waking second of every day. In the meantime, she'll have to learn to withstand the darkness. Just as I have.
Hey, you're right, Anshu. From now on, I'll do my best to rely on myself.
Good. I hope you remember this. Forever. This place is too dangerous. Let's head back to Exalting Sanctum. Thank you again for all you've done. It would seem we incomplete ones are often bullied from a tender age. I endured numerous hardships to become chief alchemist. Yet, there are still things that leave me feeling helpless. That's the reason I said what I said. You might mistake my words for being hurtful. But the truth is, no amount of words can prepare her for what lies ahead. For long-life species, these things are permanent. Whether we are beautiful or ugly, tall or short, wise or foolish, all of it is encoded into our flesh from the moment we are born. The impairments of short-life species can be corrected with ingenia or surgery. But that's an impossibility for Xianzhou natives. No matter the method employed, our bodies will eventually return to their original states. I too was once a non-believer. I fooled myself into acquiring artificial eye implants. Soon thereafter, my sightless eyes began to regenerate, and I was left in pain and despair. That brief window of sight that I regained has turned into a perpetual source of anguish, forever etched into my mind. For long-life species, this incompleteness is a permanent, unavoidable tenance. What a joke. Even the denizens of abundance, so-called abominations, needn't endure such torture. Perhaps we incomplete ones are merely traitors, cursed by the plague's author. Nothing. Forget I said anything. Thank you for sticking with me through all of this. I think my aspirations in Exalting Sanctum have been met, for now. Oh, I have a gift for you. Though I'll need a little time to prepare it. I'll contact you once it's ready to collect. See you soon, friend.
Came up from Stars.
Come on, draw already.
All we ask is that... Ah, looks like the person you were waiting for has gotten in touch. Safe travel. If you want to read and pick out a book.
There you are, friend. You've been running, examining the... I call it the consuming it. Well then, perhaps the...
Something's wrong. This doesn't seem...
What is your purpose for...
There goes my head again. Is Danshu sure this broom dew is safe for consumption? What's happening? Isn't this the seed of divine foresight? Why are there so many Mara struck here? No, I can't let them get near me.
This search is but a vision. Great!
Immortality means forever. Never stop thinking.
Existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
The time is now.
Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood. Fail. Get out.
In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
0 points. Next.
Let's kick things off with you!
Fail. Get out.
My friends, indulge yourself.
Never stop thinking.
How's this taste?
This search is but a vision. Great! The time is now.
Let's test your knowledge. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
0 points. Next.
What happened to you? Careful! Don't hurt him! Hey! Wake up! Are you okay? Thank the stars! You're finally awake. I thought we might lose you. I was so worried. You came into the seat of divine foresight and started brandishing your weapon. It looked like you'd lost control. as if you'd been stricken with Mara. There has to be something awry. Tell me what happened to you before arriving at the seat of divine foresight. From what you're saying, it seems like the gift she gave to you must be related to the disciple's prescription we examined earlier. But the healer who examined you just now said your body doesn't seem to have been affected. How strange. Could Dan Shu be playing a trick on you? Or is her medicine somehow not working as planned? My advice is to come back later for another examination. It's a Disciples of Sanctus Medicus prescription after all. Who knows what healing effects it may have. I'll put out a wanted notice for Dan Shu immediately. If you find any trace of her, get in touch with me. Take this D-Ting with you. It might just help you find this friend.
Dan Shu isn't here. I've got it. Time to come out, little D-Ting. With a group of disciples? I guess that tells me all I need to know.
Master, stand back.
Stand down. He's a friend.
Many of our brethren have fallen by his hands.
Yes, I am aware.
But...
I said he's my friend. Leave us.
Yes, Master.
I didn't expect you to come looking for me. The head. What a crude way of putting it. I am master of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, scion of Merciful Medicus, and I shall lead the entire Xianzhou Alliance onto the path of abundance. Did you ingest the Broomdew concentrate pellet I gave you? That which the elixir seekers that arrive on the Xianzhou dream of. The formula to immortality. To take it is to initiate the transformation from a short-life species into a Xianzhou person or an abomination, depending on your perception. Please believe me when I say that never once have I thought about harming you. I merely wanted to offer you the chance to obtain immortality and freedom. Friend, please, I urge you to leave the Luofu. Abandon this struggle. The truth isn't what it appears to be. What did the minions at the seat of divine foresight tell you about this conflict? That the Rainbow Arbiter is the emissary of the righteous? That the Arbiter is chasing the heathen Plague's author across the stars, while the disciples of Sanctus Medicus abet their heresy? Do you really think that is the case? You don't understand Merciful Medicus, nor the devilish archer author, but you understand me. Do you see me as such? A heretic? I do not ask for you to pick a side. I just wish for you to leave the Luofu, to leave this all behind. This isn't your fight, and I do not wish to make an enemy of you. Since neither of us is eager, I have been thinking. The devilish archer author is not a benevolent god, nor is Merciful Medicus a malevolent one. Your choice to align with Jing Yuan was simply due to meeting him first. Most unfortunate. Had you known me first, perhaps we could have been good friends.
Master, we should leave now.
I sincerely wish that this will be our last meeting. Farewell, Nameless.
I'd better report my findings to Qingzu at the seat of Divine Foresight.